Welcome to Alverian Legends, the channel where we discuss all things amazing about the magical and mystical world of Legends of Alveria. If you liked today's video, don't forget to check out the Facebook and Instagram page for weekly updates to the lore and characters. Drop a like on the video, and don't forget to enjoy. My name is Lore Master Sire. Sit back and relax while we discuss today's topic. So let's get right into it. What is Legends of Alveria, and what is a riveting, magical, and mythical world all about? We'll discuss this and more in today's video, so let's begin. Legends of Alveria, The Gathering, the first book set in the Astonishing and Young series, is also the epic origins for such proud and heroic names such as Malnor Stormhammer, Jasmine Starbreeze, Alicia Yesafel, and many other fascinating, heart-wrenching, and meaningful characters will be right over their shoulders as they start in their humble beginnings to ultimately fulfilling their grandest ambitions along their harrowing journeys, or perish among the ceaseless engine of war. They'll be traversing across the forested realms of Silinar, through the frigid lands of Arctic winds known as Dunmorten, to find themselves at the start of a renewed conflict between age-old adversaries, and also upon a strange young knight beginning his very own perilous quest. I'm purposely glossing over many of these topics for other videos down the line talking about them in much greater detail for you all to enjoy. I have a lot of videos planned for this channel, talking about these really interesting and cool topics, so I hope you're all ready to begin, for it's this place where the story finds its roots, and where today's video leads us into talking about Alveria's origins. The stage of the story is set in the massive fantasy lands of Alveria, an incredible and wondrous world full of promise, danger, and thrilling legends. Lovingly, though mostly at times chaotically, crafted by the hands of the children of the All-Father and Mother, is where the origins of the world known as Alveria begins. This marvel of a chaotic mixture of creation was smithed by the furious and focused hands of Falnar, great flaming god of the Forge, with the aid of the other gods' own dash of creativity, imagination, cruelty, agony, and love, as well as a number of other primordial essences. The world as we know it was molded into existence. Out of the vast beginnings, colossal continents fiercely erupted from primordial boiling oceans to form the 12 continents. One of them, in particular, drove notice to a bursting of intelligent life forms all across it who eerily etched out their own sacred homelands and cherished homes. This mystical place would later be known as the Central Kingdoms, both for believing to be the center of the world and its eternal homelands being the central birthplace of unequaled legendary figures. There are various major kingdoms who hold providence over lesser sworn to them, such as the Green Woods of Silinar, the Kingdom of Lordfall, its 5 lesser kingdoms within, and many other powerful nations, but their immense sprawling capital cities, steeped in bloodshed and shadowed histories, the dozens of quarreling lands persisting in the central kingdoms, extensive lore, and so much more is what makes the world a narrative storyteller, as well as the readers themselves, as one might find themselves fighting amongst a band of barbarians from Briarwood, or perhaps dealing in shadowy affairs in Lord Vale's darkened alleyways. From the legendary tale of Attin'Var, frigid northern homeland of the Felkai, to the Floating Isles of Torra in the southern realms, many differing, warring, and loving souls claim the lands as home and fight daily to defend it. In addition to the plethora of races, cultures, and legends, the vibrant New Horizons are also home to primordial, towering, and clever ancients, as well as conspiring demigods naturally born of the world and mysterious powers. But today, we'll talk briefly about one of the homelands of the main characters in the first book, and its sister nations of Dorne and Valinor, Lordfall, the home to the tenacious Loridrians, claiming the most forested and fertile lands upon the edge of the Vavaran Ocean as their own. The origins of the other fabled homelands are for other videos, as well as their heroic and oftentimes tragic tales of their founders. However, I can tell you that they are tales worth listening to, and are pivotal in shaping the world we'll come to love. Needless to say, these kingdoms hold great authority over the vast regions known as the Central Kingdoms, to its people, and are major players in the world at large. Their various cultures, legends, and fables and their likings are of great importance along the long road of life's journey throughout the enchanting and bloodied lands of Alveria. However, we'll get right into today's topic on one of the first kingdoms to span across the brazen horizons, a crucial few of the realms of man, Lordfall, Dorn, and Valinor. Valinor, youngest and built during a grander age of man, was the prized capital kingdom of all mankind within the Central Kingdoms. Cherished for its vast, far-stretching forest of ambers, golds, and browns, filled with plentiful game, rich, fertile riverlands, renowned for its bountiful harvest, so as none may know the cruel death of starvation, but still did, despite best efforts. Abundant farmland and natural resources aplenty, it was a land enraptured in an everlasting autumn. Its source was caused by some unknown means, some say a bargaining demigod, others one of the blessed wild gods. Despite not knowing or caring for its origins, the people benefited enormously from it as well as the kingdom. Yet their queen would not share its fruits with any. Targarin, last of her name, was a cruel, selfish, and ambitious noblewoman who found her way to power through perversions of the flesh, deceitful misdeeds leading to happy marriages to end in cinders, bribing officials of the Holy Church of the Sacred Faith of the Seven Sons, and a slew of unnamed hideous and insightful happenings to attain the position of Queen of Valinor, first female ruler over the lands of every autumn. Her origins were unknown as they, along with the kingdom she ruled, were left to rot away into legend, to folklore, and ultimate forgetness. All that can be accurately told of the woman is her beauty was beyond contestation, wisdom in matters beyond mortal comprehension unfathomable, and harbored deep insidious greed for all things pleasurable. Fiercely, it is told from hushed legends of her insidious greed for a position of spoiled splendor, a noteworthy name to be written down throughout the ages for her ambitious lust for glory. Dorn, a land far off and remote great kingdom, enshrouded with legends, mystical creatures, murderous plots, and insidious happenings. Its proud people are always looking to their long-lived warrior king, Uldren Arlenal, for guidance among the darkened nights, known well and feared by its inhabitants. Uldren is a proud old warrior king, having ruled the different realms of Dorn with an at times iron fist, through the difficult and trying times of the War of the Three Crowns, the diminishing of his rule with the death of his only heir, and the ultimate downfall of Valinor. Having been born near the end of a bygone era of legends, he ever strove to embolden himself with the legendary tales of his forebears, and the proud history of the never-defeated capital of the homeland, Darylin. Having honorably served as Lord King over all of Durinian lands, defender of the homeland and high ruler over its politics for over 1,200 years, the old ruler is weary from a life of misery, overly glorified days of war, and regretful memories of younger years. Lordfall, middling child, it's a place of great historic houses of esteemed and knightly lineages, proud, stalwart, and determined peoples, and sprawling lands rich with abundance. The forested Lordran lowlands, windswept Warren highlands, are only a few of the notable regions and lesser kingdoms of Lordfall. However, despite this land's enchanting beauty, it as well as all the others have known war's cruel ambitions scorch their lands. Having suffered near extinction of their kind and kingdom by the hands of the Mangudai invaders, the green fields are stained forever with the blood of an entire people brought low, ultimately to only rise once more into a thriving kingdom with their inexperienced but loving leader, King Elfar Fordragon. The charismatic king is by far the youngest to rule atop the lands of Lordfall from the throne of Lordvale at the age of only 8, hailing from a prestigious line of noble, heroic, and honorable warriors who ruled with fairness for many long years of enduring peace. Being the son of Darren Fordragon, a king of Lordfall, and a Durinian princess, he has the luxury of hosting both ancestral bloodlines of man within his veins. Though he has ruled well despite the various lords and ladies all clamoring for a better position for their holdings and lands since the long decades of strenuous rebuildings of the grand ancient realms, his rule is still yet to be truly tested. Corrupted noblemen, conspiring grand officials, wealthy and fat with their misdeeds, and other forces, both inside and without, always seek to undermine all that's been strived for within his realm. Now, of course, we'll go over these immensely fascinating leaders in far more in-depth videos, explaining much more about them. But for today, this is where we end off, explaining some of the origins of what makes up Legends of Alveria, the Gathering, and the fantastic world of Alveria. Thanks for joining in the discussion today, talking about the fantastic world. I've been your host, Lore Master Sire, and if you liked today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Every little bit is appreciated. And check out the Facebook and Instagram pages for updates to the lore, characters, and evolving world. Join me in the next video where we speak further about this rich and amazing fantasy world, its intriguing lore, and so much more.